Happy Tuesday to you, everyone. Well, it has finally arrived. Today is day 365 of the 365 on my journey to make dog ownership an incredible experience. I tell you what, I sat here in this very bench a year ago to this day, and I was holding two cards, and one of them showed the number of clinical cases of depression in this country, and the other one showed the number of dogs that had been euthanized in this country at that time. And I set about trying to do something about it, trying to provide information that I know can lower those numbers for both human and dog, because dogs have an incredible impact on our emotional well-being, and we can affect theirs as well. So I set out on that journey. I was told by everyone, all these advisors who always want to advise Bryan, they said, do 30 days. Yeah, do a Facebook Live event for 30 days and it'll change your life. Well, anyone who knows Bryan, not me, not 30 days. I had to do a year. Yeah, a year. 30 days wasn't good enough for Bryan. Always try to go above and beyond. And boy, when I started it, I had all these aspirations, all these hopes. I was charged up, ready to go. I had no clue what waited. It's just a few weeks later. 2020 has been a tough year. No doubt about that. I chose to do 365 live videos, one every day during the pandemic. Yeah, there you go, Bryan. You want a challenge? There you go, brother. I did it during the pandemic. I did it during a decimated economy, one that affected our business as well. We did not get through that thing unscathed. I did it during a record number of wildfires that had burned a record number of acres and displaced a record number of American homeowners. I did it in a year in which there was a record number of hurricanes, a record number of political unrest and riots storming this town. Even our capital was sacked. I did it in a year in which our president was impeached twice. It's a tough year. Tough year to try and do 365 straight videos. A total of 178 hours of information in the year 2020 and just a little bit into 2021. But you know what? Did it. Got it done. And I tell you what, I couldn't have gotten it done, though, if I hadn't had the support that I did. So I want to reach out and thank those who did support me. All of you dog owners out there, every single one of you that shared the information. The ones that came to my back and the rally cry when others took advantage of the fact that I was putting myself out there exposed to the whole wide world that attacked me and my family and my coworkers relentlessly. I appreciate your support. Most of all, I appreciate the support of my wife, Kira. You've not seen her in any of these videos, but she's been there, every single one of them. Every single one, encouraging me. There are days where I was so down, days where I was so tired, days in which I actually had COVID. And I kept doing these videos. The day in which my father died, the day in which I buried my father, the day in which her father, who's in his 80s, came down with COVID. Through all the worry, on the day that I had to lay off half of our staff. Yeah, some dark days. And there's days where I'm going, life's more important than these videos for right now. I got people I need to take care of. And there was Kira. No, you made that commitment. These people are counting on you. I'm counting on you. So you got to do it. So I did it. So I thank Kara for her support. I thank the rest of my team. I thank Joshua, Jake. I thank Evan for holding the camera, the poor guy. My gosh, a lot of people write it, oh, Bryan jabbers too much. He talks too much. These videos are way too long. I get it all the time. And now many of these videos, they weren't on a tripod. There many times there's Evan holding the darn camera. All that time, trying to be as still as he can be, trying to do it as best as he could do. All behind the scenes. Mackenzie, She had no clue what she was doing with the movie one day, and the darn thing took off like a helicopter, and I'm sure people started to throw up on the videos, you know. And then the day that I was shooting a video, and the fire started in the building next door, and all these fire trucks are going by, and oh my gosh, I could sit here and tell you all the stories that happened behind the scenes that you have no clue. But I had people just pushing me on, supporting me. I had my good friend Donald Pache, who's an absolute genius when it comes to human behavior and animal behavior. He's right behind me saying, Bryan, you're spot on. You got to do this and do that. I just had an incredible cast. I had Shannon Davis, and I want to name a few of these people out there. I'm going to throw it out there. Ashley Sullivan, Charlene Jackson, and Susan Morta. And the list goes on. And I'm sorry if I don't name all of you. I just had an incredible support. And that's one of the things that people need when they're going to undertake something like this. You have to have support, social support. It lowered my blood pressure. It kept me focused. And so we moved on. And that's why we're on day 365. I persisted, and I got it done. And I'm proud of it. I am proud of it. I tell you guys all the time, I told you in my survival series, get comfortable being uncomfortable. I had to do the exact same thing. I had to practice what I preached. I shot these videos every single day. I shot them on weekdays, work days, weekends, holidays, anniversaries, birthdays, the death of my father's funeral, 10-hour drives to the mountain and back. I did it. I did all of this. I never sold you a thing. Not one single time. I did not want that to bias what I'm putting out there. I did not want to be swayed by anyone else. I wanted it to come straight from my heart. I wanted to come straight from all the experience, all the pain, all the bleeding that I've done. I did it for you. I did. I didn't sell you a thing. I didn't ask you to do a thing either, except share the videos and implement what it is that I taught you. It was a gift. It was a gift. And those of you out there who think you can do it, like you've heard me say before, everybody wants to be a beast until they do what beasts do. You have no clue how much time this took away from my family and those around me, how much studying I had to do, how much preparation. Do we have reception? Do we not have reception? The batteries died on this. We don't even have Audible any longer on the Facebook Live platform. It was hard. And the only reason why I'm telling you all of this is because I did it for you. And it means nothing unless you earn it. So earn that gift, guys. This is my gift to you. To all the dogs in the world and all the people who own dogs in the world and all the people who even think they might want to own a dog in the world. It's my gift to you. Okay, so what comes next? A lot of people are asking me that. What comes next? Oh, but before I get on to that, just reminding myself, I had a lot of people ask me, why did you do live videos? Why didn't you just shoot regular videos? Get comfortable being uncomfortable. I wanted to challenge myself. See, in live videos, there's no do-overs. Yeah, in the video, you just go, oh, that didn't sound good. Oh, I missed that word, and I mispronounced that. And the thing started doing like a helicopter, and the car went by. Yeah, you can do all of that in videos. You can just put a little teleprompter up there and just read a sentence, hit edit, and splice them all together. No, I couldn't do that. It was live. So everything that I was saying, I had to have right here. Every skill that I showed you, I had to possess that skill. I challenged myself. I pushed myself. I studied relentlessly. I spent hours and hours preparing for every video every single day to make sure I gave you the best that I could give. The very best. And I did it. Did it. Persevered. So use it, guys. Please use it. So what's next? Books. I love to write. So we got some books coming. First of all, the 365 will be turned into a reference manual for dog owners. Yeah, that's it. It's going to be in a book. It's going to turn into a reference manual. Just look in the index, go to any keyword. There you go. I'm going to turn it into a book. The title will be A Great Life. And then the other book that I'm working on right now is if you loved embracing the wild in your dog, you will love this book. The title of that book will be Lessons from the Wild, and it picks up 1 year after the death of my mentor. And it tells the story and all the lessons that he taught me. They're going to be right in there. Ooh, that's a tough book to write. That's a hard one for me to write. I'm going to also write The Impenetrable Lie. It's a book about canine pharmacotherapy. A book that needs to be written. Of course, I'll have a training book in there eventually. Everyone keeps asking me for a training book. Well, I'll get the Great Life out first. It's a reference book, and then I'll do a training book. And then I'm finally going to write my novel. I've been working on it for a while. Ask Kira. I'm about 3 chapters into it. It's a novel titled Sketch and the Tin Man. Yeah, it's going to be a fun book. Basically about a contract killer who kind of loses his way, his old moral compass at some point. All of a sudden, he starts to go back to true north, and he has a conscience. And his conscience drives him such a deep state of depression that he really is thinking about ending his life because he feels bad about all the things that he's done. But then along comes this big, fat, shaggy, burly dog named Sketch. And just, well, the rest will be history. You have to read the book. But I guarantee you, if you get through one page and you're not laughing, well, then I didn't do my job right. It's a fun book, so I can't wait to do that as well. And of course, we have some new locations. I'm getting ready to open up a Taming the Wild. Karen and I are going to open up a Taming the Wild in Asheville, North Carolina. Then we're setting our sights on Knoxville, Birmingham, Dallas, Fort Worth, any area near you. We want to get our message out there. We want to spread it out a little bit. We want people to be able to come to us and so that we can help them with their dogs. And then also, of course, we have a video series out there. I didn't really mention it very much in 365 because, again, I didn't want to sell you anything. But we have a puppy video series, a basic obedience video series. And we're currently working on right now an advanced obedience video series for do-it-yourself people who can't get to Tame the Wild and work with Bryan in person or work with my fantastic trainers. And then, of course, I'm going to shoot more videos. So I'm not disappearing. There'll probably be videos for a while until they can sort out this audio. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's Facebook. I don't know if it's Apple. But someone's at fault because all I know is about 6 weeks ago, my little microphones worked like a champ whenever I did something live. Then they stopped. Period. Flat out. Cold. And they haven't worked since. And yet those little microphones work like a champ whenever I do a video. So I'll probably be videos for a while, sprinkle in a few Facebook Lives, but I'm not going anywhere, guys. I just won't be in front of you every single day. I got other things to get done, as you just heard. So all that being said, that was the wrap on this year. I do want to leave you with a final message, a message of hope, a message of courage. And I want to share it with you because I think it is so symbolic. And it's a poem by Portia Nelson, who's a well-known singer, songwriter, author, dancer, died in 2001. And she wrote a poem, and the title is My Autobiography in 5 Short Chapters. But I think it is so symbolic to what we've gone through together for the last year. So if you allow me, I'd like to read it to you. Chapter 1. I walk down the street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I am lost. I am helpless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. Chapter 2. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in this same place. But it isn't my fault. It still takes a long time to get out. Chapter 3. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it is there. I still fall in. It's a habit. But my eyes are open, and I know where I am. It is my fault. I get out immediately. Chapter 4. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. Chapter 5. I walk down another street. Wow. That's life. Isn't that life? Can you relate to that? I know I can. And I know I can definitely relate to it. Because, see, what I think is so symbolic is that what is that deep hole for you as a dog owner? What is that deep hole that you fall in, even though you see it there? First you don't see it there, then you see it there, and then you fall in anyway, and it's your fault, then not your fault. What is that deep hole? I think that deep hole represents all the misinformation, the half-truths, the baseless claims that confronts the millions of dog owners seeking help with training and caring for their dogs. It's out there everywhere. It's out there. It's a deep hole. It's also those that disrespect the dog and use the dog owner by having you believe that is something that's not. leave the dog alone. The dog is on its own evolutionary trajectory. Leave it alone. Don't make the dog out to be something that it is not. And those you who do that, stop it. Quit disrespecting the dog and quit disrespecting the dog owners. That is the deep hole. But I hope that after 365 days, 170 plus hours of video, I pray that you're now in chapter 5. You walk down another street. So long, friends. This was day 365. I wish you well. Make sure you smile. I'll see you around.